It's time for a new project.
Time for a new project. This is going to be a fun one.
This is going to be very different outside of what we're normally used to.
If you're into builds, motorcycles, doing fun stuff in your garage with motorcycles, you're in the right place. Hit subscribe and let's get into it. You're suiting up.
I'm suiting up? All right.
Yeah, you're suiting up. Let's get you on it.
She's smooth. Well, not really. She's pretty rough.
I'm glad you took off and didn't bother to clean the brakes. You just ripped on it.
Yeah, she barely broke.
That's good. Welcome back to the Steel Mountain Moto Garage. We have something new and exciting here for you today. It's not what you're used to. It's not the original performance baggers, but it is this beauty right here. This is our latest acquisition. This old green pig is a 1997 Road King. Equipped with an 80 cubic inch Evo V-twin 5-speed transmission, this old girl was at its prime in the original Grand Touring era of Harley-Davidson. Let's show you a little bit more about it.
So one of the coolest things about this era of motorcycles is the paint. So this is a Mystic Green on Vivid Black paint by Harley-Davidson with a hand-painted custom pinstripe. Now we discovered it was a hand-painted one because we were trying to source a saddlebag. Now one of our saddlebags has a little bit of damage and we dug in and tried to find it, couldn't find it, and that's when we discovered all the amazing history about this bike. It was built mostly in Wisconsin and then finished in York, Pennsylvania. So what we found in trying to find an identical saddlebag is that depending on the shift, depending who was working, depending on the paintbrushes they used and the paint they had available, that kind of dictated the pinstripe. So even though two will look pretty close, they'll never be truly identical. So comparing today's technology with all of our robots and automations back to the 90s gives it a little bit more character.
So while going through some research and trying to find out what we need to do with this thing and how we're going to repair it and what we're going to do, we found that this old girl has rear shocks that are air. Now, these rear shocks have an air bladder sitting inside. Depending on whether we were riding one up, two up, whether we had a tour pack on or our saddlebags full, that determined how much air pressure we would put in the back of these. Now, it's not air like air ride you see today where we can dump the frame right onto the ground, but this was just going to adjust the compression, the dampening, and the sag, all with a little bit of air from a Schrader valve. Pretty cool, pretty neat technology, but that's what made these Grand Tours a little bit more comfortable for those longer trips.
So we've got Pearl, we've got Queen Anne. We need a name for this beautiful pig here. We've thought of a bunch of things already. We know it's going to be beautiful, chromed out, shining green. So we've thought of names along the lines of Patty, Snot, or something cool like Jolene, like Emerald Eyes. But she's a mess right now. She's going to be fixed up. There's a lot of potential here. We're kind of uncertain in the direction we're going to go for it so far. But maybe that name might help us out. So leave a name down in the comments. Let us know what we should name her.
Thinking of the history and the heritage of this motorcycle, they built this guy from 1994 right through to 1998. And unfortunately, with the release of Harley-Davidson's 2026 models, the Road King wasn't part of it, which is unfortunate because this bike has a ton of history and heritage. Now, in their latest models, the Road King, the Street Glide, and the Road Glide all shared the same Grand Touring chassis. We've got saddlebags, we've got that highways control, and they're just big, solid frames. Now, back in 1997, there was no Road Glide. There was no Street Glide. The Road Glide didn't come into fruition until 1998. Street Glide wasn't even thought of until 2006. Back in this girl's old day and age, there was just the Electra Glide and the Ultra Classic, always referred to as deckers or dressers, which today we call baggers.
So most people would say you're absolutely crazy for buying a barn find Harley. And over at Steel Mountain Moto, we are a little crazy. That's what makes it fun. So when we found this, the first thing that came out of both of our mouths were, does it run? So let's take a look back at a couple weeks ago to see.
Keeps the gap here, so we definitely need a new seat.
Yeah.
I'm suiting up? All right.
Yeah, you're suiting up. Let's get you on it.
Take it for a little rip around the corner?
I think so. Don't lose the air filter.
Yeah.
The air filter's barely on there.
I'll keep an eye on it.
You're gonna lose it. Why don't I put it on?
All right, first ride. Are you following along? Are you following along in a car now?
Yeah.
Here. All right, wish me luck.
Good luck.
She's smooth. Well, not really. She's pretty rough. Feels like she was gonna stall out on that one corner there. But I got her up to third.
So I think our first line of attack for this guy is clean it up, make it look pretty, and then that way we can fully understand all the mechanical components and work on a nice clean bike as well. So you might ask, why this one? So we actually found out it's only got 22,000 kilometers, which is 13,000 miles, really low, and it's single owner. So this is such a great platform to start a brand new build on.
Let's get into this thing. So first off, we're going to go through the basics. We're going to check the belt, the brakes, the fluids, the filters, all of those different components. And you can check the link down below for our different checklists that we have.
And then we're going to get into the nitty gritty. We're going to really pull this apart, see if there's any underlying problems, and really just make it look pretty.
Make it look really good. We're going to pull all the chrome. We're going to pull all the paint. We're going to get this guy stripped right down and start fresh and build it all back together, nice and shiny.
Let's get at her.
Let's get into it. Okay, she's coming along. We got the bent saddlebag off. Look at how bent this tab is right here. So the bike went down on this side, and this crash bar here and that saddlebag crash bar are pretty mangled. Exhaust was a bit of a problem. If you see here, come and take a look at this guy. We actually have a crack in our exhaust right there. So right along that weld at the top, we have a crack. So we're going to have to see if we can get that repaired, or maybe see if we can source something different if we want to stay stock, or we replace the header. But what is cool about the Road King is the exhaust comes down here 2 into 1, but then this one goes 2 into 2. So we've got one pipe coming down here, one flipping over to the other side, which gives it a really cool look on both sides of the machine. Rear wheel is off. You can see our air here. This is the Schrader valves where we would have put a little air in. So right side F and R?
Front and rear.
But we don't have front. We only have lines going to the left and right. Or do we have going front? What?
A lot of discovery here.
That's strange. Anyway, so we're getting through this. We got the brakes off. We got take a look at this wheel. This wheel and these brakes are pretty horrendous. So we're going to try to refinish these. We like to keep them stock if we can. Unless we can find some cool, thick, laced wheels. That would be sick. But for now, that's what we're going to use. We're getting into it. So we're going to try to get the front wheel off, the front end done. We're just pulling things apart, spraying stuff down with our penetrating oil and seeing what we can pull apart to get this girl down to bare bones so we can start to clean it up. Okay, so we're, what, a couple hours in maybe?
Yeah, a few hours into the
hours in.
nitty-gritty finally.
So we've been battling a few seized components, some rusty stuff. As to be expected, we're learning how this bike is put together. We've always been working on M8s. Well, I shouldn't say that. Our
Sporties were twin cams.
Sporties were twin cams too. Or no, single cam. V-twins.
V-twins, yeah.
Anyway.
We've had a lot, but this is our first Evo motor, and this is our first dabble in bikes from the 90s. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff is insane.
Yeah, you know, we've been going through it. We've been pulling components off. We need to start to get all this stuff kind of peeled away. Marcus is going to be the one to work on the paint. And there's a great video where he does some work on my bike. So you should go back and check that one out. Might be in the description. Who knows? Well, Marcus, why don't you take them through it? Show them where we're at. What's going on? So we got the whole rear end torn apart.
Yeah, that's all off. No rear end. We got pretty deep into it. So there's your airlines. Wheels off. Brakes are off. So we were discovering what we're going to need and what we're going to essentially just fully replace rather than fix and polish up. Brakes, we need complete rotors, pads, maybe calipers. Wheels, we want to go laced. We're deciding to keep the stock breather.
Yeah, I think we should. I think it's a cool look.
Headlight, we're just gonna, the entire headlight cowl, we're gonna polish that up because it's, you know, nice and chromy, but we're gonna get an actual new headlight, probably an LED one.
Most likely, yeah. But then we're going to have to get the resistor as well. It's going to be a pain in the butt. But anyway, we're tearing into it. So if you're one of the guys that rode these bikes when they were brand new, then you're probably under the rule, the old rule of those old motorcycle myths. And if you want to check that video out, take a look at it right over here.
Hope you're enjoying our progress so far, and we'll see you on the next ride.